To be honest with you, they're not choices, right? Because there's only one right way to go about it. And if you make the other choice, you're not going to give yourself a chance. So, I have full confidence in our guys that they're going to make the right decision and make the right choice. It's not easy, and we keep talking about it. And areas of improvement and maturation are those moments, and these are things that we have to go through. And to understand what it means to carry a team in those moments are new exercises for our guys. So you get frustrated, you get pissed off, but it's the reality of who we are and the growth that we have to make.
Obviously, short-handed right now. You think this
it's the scrap to me. That's all that matters. If we fight and scrap and we outwork people, we play the game selflessly, we can live with that. We'll figure out ways, to find productivity and score the ball. Like, that's on us as coaches to help. But we've got to start with a baseline, and our standard is outworking people.
I guess increase the scoring now with their to every
It's got to be everybody. But we believe in Evan's offensive abilities, so he's going to have to step up. He's got to be dominant. I believe he has the ability to be, and he's got to have his imprint on both sides of the ball. And it's not going to be just him scoring the ball, right? Like, he's a great passer. So if he's putting pressure on the defense and he's facilitating, getting shots for other people, like, that's him dominating the game on the offensive end of the floor as well. He is the type of guy who can dominate the offensive end of the floor without scoring a point. And we need him to do that.
Maybe what was the practice like today after just coming out last night and now okay, you have to take what happened last night and move forward, but not let that be who you guys are?
Well, it was very blunt, and there was conversations of our expectations, the standard that we've set for ourselves was clearly identified, and the repercussions of not living up to that standard was clearly identified.
We've talked all season long about the importance of Darius, and it goes without saying. How do you continue to instill belief in a group when they have to go through this stretch, which is pretty daunting, without Darius and Harris?
It's of us figuring out and continue to believe in who we are and how we can be successful. We are an elite defensive team when we are able to get teams in the half court. That's with Darius, that's without Darius. So that's where we have to hang our hat. We can't be an average defensive team and expect to fill the gap that we're missing with Darius and Karis. We have proven that we have the ability to win ugly. So what we have to hang our hat on is that we can stop you, and now you've got to figure out, if you can beat us in the trenches and stop us. So that's the message to our guys, and that's what we have to do.
Are there specifics that you're seeing within the defense that you're unhappy with at this moment? And if so, what are they?
Yeah, it's the transition. We looked at it last night, for example, like Detroit made 6 shots under 18 seconds on the shot clock. That's elite. The problem is we gave up too many early. And they shot 63% in those early opportunities. That's hard to overcome. And we were still in the game and had an opportunity to win. So we have to do a better job in transition and showing, a front and make people work into the clock. Because even when we went back and looked at the numbers on the year, we're top 3. I think we're 3rd defensive field goal percentage under 18 seconds on a shot clock. We just have to do that. And teams recognize that. So teams know that they have to push it to get something easy. So we've got to be able to counter that.
Marla right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, JB, when you looked at especially at this last night, but just it wasn't just the young guys who struggled. I mean, Rondo had 6 turnovers. I mean, I would assume your comments today and last night were for everyone, correct?
Yeah. When we have these conversations, it's not, individual. Like we talked about team success, right? It's the same when it's the negative. It's all about the team.
And Jarrett said recently that he was aware that, you lose a couple games in a row, you're falling to 7th. So I mean, do you feel like the pressure of that is playing a factor already?
No, we'll be fine. Again, it's us paying attention to the small things and being mentally locked into what we need to go out and accomplish and understanding the type of game that we have to play in order to be successful. I mean, say what you will. We missed 11 free throws last night. We shoot an average number there, we win the game. We take care of transition. We win the game going away. So, there is no pressure. There is no guys playing tight or weighted. It's about execution at this point, and we got to do a better job.
I just want to ask real quick, is Lowry okay after playing such a long stretch?
Yep, he went through everything today.
Thank you.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. JB, when any NBA team, I guess, gets in a rough patch or whatever, how important are vets like Rondo, like Kevin, for you guys who have been in these long playoff runs throughout their careers to maybe help usher these younger guys along?
I mean, they're a priority no matter what. And that's why we were very conscious about the veterans that we went and got, this summer. Obviously, starting with Ricky, Ed, and then the transition to Doe, and already having Kevin. They mean the world to young guys. And it's something that I think that has been lost upon our league for a while now, because you either have, teams that are full of vets or you have young teams. And I think it's extremely important to have those guys through the ups and the downs, to put young guys in the right position and then have people that our young guys can lean on and depend on when the moments get rough.
And then with the free throws, I mean, I know we talked about it a handful of times before the All-Star break, like after Houston, some of those tougher games from the line for you guys. And you bring up the focus aspect of it. I guess what needs to change, if anything, in that regard in terms of game preparation and practices and things like that to maybe up some of these numbers?
I mean, it's individual guys that are paid to do a job. And you want to play at this level, you got to make your free throws. It's that simple. We can play all the psychology we want in the world, but you've got a job to do and you need to make your free throws.
Thanks.
Jimmy, so many of your guys have not been through this, the second half playoff push. Some guys have, obviously. You mentioned the vets. But of the guys that haven't been there, do you sense them taking the right attitude, the right even-keeled approach that is required to finish what you guys have started?
Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult, obviously, because it's so fresh. And then we've got injuries of guys that matter, right? Who, like Darius needs to be a part of these things. And obviously he will be. But I don't feel as if it's a pressure from the big picture. I think our guys have done a really good job of paying attention, to the smaller moment. I just think collectively last night, we weren't mentally prepared to do the job, but I don't think it had anything to do with the pressures of playoffs, right? I think it's us understanding the moment and not participating in the start-stop of NBA seasons. And I think that's where we kind of let go of the rope a little bit, where we were, puckered and tight and locked in. The break, I think, shook us a little bit, and we've got to find that again.